I am Esther Neema. I'm the Executive Director of Dream Tribe Network Africa, as well as the founder, and I'm excited to be here. So, what is our brand innovation story, okay? And what is my solution to my problem, to the problem that I'm solving? So, when I started my first business at the age of 26, I realized sooner later how lonely the journey of entrepreneurship can get. One, you do not have access to markets, you do not have access to networks as you would envision that you initially have, or you don't know how to go into the market for a lot of people. Yeah, those that are very straightforward, you just stand at the road and you can access market. But for many, many young people, you're just there starting out and trying out the market. And so I really thought, what is the best and the most efficient way to ensure that more of us young entrepreneurs access to markets and networks, and the idea of coming up with a community that will provide both the markets and the networks for the entrepreneurs um, will serve. And so we started that with just the Empire Content Network, just a network of creatives collaborating, working together, one to create more work opportunities for themselves, and then eventually create more markets and more networks and distribution for the content that they have. Over years, we have grown into a lot more people, more than 650 members now on our online platform. And every month we do a Dream Cafe, monthly cafe, where we meet up, catch up, and discuss about the things that entrepreneurs face and everything surrounding entrepreneurs. And we do hope that eventually this conversation will not just be mere conversation, but will actually inform action points and eventually inform policy on how we want young people to be supported, especially when they're doing and carrying out their businesses. So far, so it is an achievement to reach over 650 members, considerably that this is a very niche-oriented space and very deliberate. We are positioning ourselves as a community of people who know each other and actually meet up. We extend our online conversation into the in-person space, and so that is our greatest strength. Our other achievements is because of this work, I was being top 35 under 35 for the work that I'm doing as an entrepreneur, and also including coordinating the TEDx Kibera, where we go to the communities and provide a platform for more engagement within those spaces. And so that has really been one of the greatest success. And then, of course, the Dream Cafe that I talked about, the monthly forums that we hold, and we were also the first organization ever to hold a Dream Business Shower. So doing a shower for members to be able to gain support and access to capital, which we know is the dream for every entrepreneur. And so we own that, and we're really excited that we'll be able to do that. Our business, we go to women rated or top women in business, and also founder of the year award. And so that shows that we are slowly going to build progress in the work that we're doing. How do we, how, when did we break through, and when did we know our breakthrough? Well, I think it's very interesting to talk about the conversation of breakthrough because it's very relative, right? Every day, every step, when we got our website, it felt like we were winning, we were succeeding. When the first person paid us to be members of the Dream Tribe Network Africa, it really felt like the most successful moment then, because then it validated that our idea is something that people were willing to transact and pay and give us value for money for the work that we're doing. So that was very assuring at that time. And so, yes. And then another time is when we host our events, like the past Dream Cafe, and the number of people that actually showed up to come and be part of that event, that to me really showed that it was a breakthrough. The fact that the people that follow the Dream Tribe community are not just my friends, less than half are people that I actually have known from before. These are people that are actually coming and finding space and a home to be part of. I think that is really, really exciting. there is so much of growth that we desire to do and want to do and hope to achieve. But so far, I feel like attracting serious people, not just from Kenya, but from even Nigeria and other parts of Africa, I think shows that we are on the right direction. How are we building resilience as a company? Wow, that is interesting. I think using the digital space to ensure that we're constantly communicating, and we're never out of touch, using platforms like the newsletter, the social media, constantly having conversation with even before and after post the pandemic has really helped us build resilience and this strength and continuity in as much as for a long time we've operated without physical space, which is one of our overall goals and where we really need a lot of support, is to actually have our own app. But the online and using that space has really supported us to see our conversations continue to live, even when we are yet to have a physical space. And then, of course, what has also kept encouraging us is the partnerships that we have, considering that there are so many new organizations that coming together to work together on projects has given us such excitement and ability to constantly stay encouraged to keep doing whatever work that it is that we do. Gender is another very important thing in relation to our organization. We understand that in spaces where there are men and women, men are always thriving because they have very lesser inhibitions that stop them from going for whatever it is that they do. Whether it is an issue of genetic makeup or just personality issue, but even in our community, we find that men are always forward and taking up opportunities, always sharing about their vision and their ideas. And we have cases where women are a little bit held back. And so to counter this and to also just ensure that women can, who already have a lot to say, can actually still continue to engage and have conversations. We have the Dream Girls project, which is now a space for women, and we engage as women and we share our various experiences. And that has really is going well, where we're seeing how women are engaging more and talking more compared to the other platforms where men are actually the ones who are dominating. In terms of breaking the bias, when we are talking about breaking the bias with regards to the International Women's Day, we are talking about empowering ourselves as women. I know I remember one time someone thinking and saying that I didn't know what I am doing, and I really strongly thought that was actually a gender conversation. Maybe they did not mean that I don't know what I'm doing because I'm a woman, but I really took it that way, you know? Especially because I felt that it was coming from a place of just because I am, you know, maybe talkative or all over the place, I don't know what I'm doing. So breaking the bias as women is to perform at a more heightened level of success and excellence. And I remember going there and saying, I know what I'm doing. I may not be communicating in the most effective way, but I definitely know what I'm doing. You cannot assume that I do not know what I'm doing. I really know what I'm doing. So that has really triggered me personally to work at a heightened level of excellence and also encouraging us women in the community to work at those heightened levels, always bringing in women that are doing exceptionally well to break the bias that women don't know what they're doing, because it's highly offensive that people can assume that we are not knowing what it is that we want to do. What does women empowerment mean to me past the pandemic era, and what do we commit to do as women? So for me, the era of the pandemic awoke a lot of already existing issues, and this includes the gender-based violence that occurs in family. This occurs especially because many women are not empowered financially. And so not only do they experience that physical type of violence, but also emotional abuse and neglect even in that situation. So I feel like, and what we have been encouraging us as women to avoid feeling and being in such situations where we feel extremely disempowered is to ensure that ourselves are really we are totally empowered. One of the ways to be empowered is to be economically empowered. That's something that we have really, really been emphasizing. As women, we notice that lots of women in our community they didn't mind doing volunteer work and paid labor and readily do it and just to get gainful experience. When on the opposite side, you notice men would never be part of such things. You'd never see like a men's fellowship gathered so that they can volunteer to do work for free. But it is very common among women where women give a lot of their time in exchange for nothing. And so to empower the women is to ensure that they have access to ways in which they can raise revenue and make money and get work that they can be paid. That's also just just being motivated and being encouraged to go for all whatever it is that is available on the table. So during the pandemic, the violence and the emotional abuse was really key because the providers, the major providers who are male, were now at home, and also they some of them were fired or laid off, and so they had to stay in the same space as women. And this heightened cases of gender-based violence it awoke many women that they need to work and they cannot keep staying in the house and they cannot allow the opposite gender to be the sole providers. They too need to have some reserve in their own bank account. Right? And what do I think of the African continental free trade area and how is my company preparing for it? I'm very excited about the Africa Continental Free Trade. This means more access to me as an individual, to the community of that is being tried to access more markets across the continent, and eventually also be able to harness that energy and be able to even reach the global markets. Markets is the core of my being and the core of Dream Tribe actually, that we want to expand the opportunities for our community and for our members. And this is very important for us. So this, of course, we are positioning ourselves digitally and enhancing our digital skills, taking up the digital space more seriously because that is the only way we can be able to access more people and more angles. And so we are really getting ourselves wired for that in as much as we've already been in the digital space, but we're looking at other ways um, that we are able to be more effective and have more reach. So certainly we are prepared and very, very excited. What this means is that more people in business will have more opportunities